So this is the Rex website. This is live deployed here. It's open source, so you can try it out here, or you can deploy the GitHub repo, and the build guides are there, so you can deploy it at your end. And here, as a co-analyst, if you click here as a co-analyst for advanced analyst agent, we have a choice of Gemini, then Deepspeak, Open O3 Mini, and Claude. So we can select whichever one. So now I will show you two examples and the results I am getting, and then I will walk you through about how you can use this and the various options. First example is the RBI monthly data set, and the second example is where I will be connecting to a database and customer table of 1 million rows and a transaction table of 10 million rows. So I have selected Claude 3.7 Sonnet here, and this is a single prompt just for demo purpose. I just gave it a simple prompt, 5, 6, 7 lines. I asked it to create a scoring system for the credit card segment, not the debit card and the POS segment. Then it created this derived variable on its own, card activation rate. Keep in mind there were only the basic raw variables there, value and amounts. So it created the card activation rate, average transaction value, digital engagement score, transaction efficiency, and revenue potential. So estimated revenue from transactions. Then it created a scoring system. Normalize each metrics, and then it assigned a weightage to them, and then finally it calculated the ranking, and it shared the top 10 banks as per the ranking. Additional insights. If you see, I had just given these 7-8 lines of code. I did not have given no indication about how I want it to be normalized and so on. It figured it out on its own. If you click on agent reasoning, you will find that first what happens is it comes to a router agent. A router agent decides if it is a simple query, it goes to a general analyst, but this was an advanced query, so it came to advanced analyst here. This is the advanced analyst. What did the advanced analyst do? Advanced analyst in this case is Claude 3.5 Sonnet. Advanced analyst job is to prepare the plan along with SQL queries and then hand it over to executor agent. These queries along with the queries for charts is now passed on to the executor agent here. This is GPT-4o. So like I explained in my previous video, I get the best execution with GPT-4o. The second example, again, we have Claude 3.5 Sonnet connected here. I connected it to my data warehouse, which in this case is AWS, my AWS RDS MySQL data warehouse. This has got 1 million record. And the second table which I referred it to is transaction table. And this has got 10 million records. So what I told it in the first step, that I would like you to create an analytics or a modeling data mart. This is the report it shared. So goal is to analysis objective, goal is to create so and so. Then the methodology, what did it follow? Data source. These are the two sources. This is the base customer data, transaction data. Derived features. So derived features are in 3 categories. One is transaction summaries, which is your cash, retail, amount, average, values, counts. Then second derived feature is in the category of time-based features, right? Recency, frequency, seasonal pattern, transaction days. I did not tell it to find these categories of derived variable. Then it created the final customer profiling table. So while creating this table, it created a whole amount of variables here. Then it segments here, RFM segments are created here, and while created this table, it did a join, right? So here from bank unique 1b, it did a left join with your summary table. The two summary tables, it now joined together, right? This is how we will normally, I would have done, I prepare a detailed customer profile report. So then it using all those variables, it created all this detailed customer profile report. This engagement metrics, right? Days since last transaction, active months, unique transaction days, seasonal patterns. This number is not looking right to me because this is mock data and I created it, right? But I deliberately kept it here. Why? There are two, three important things when we are working with, in this a co-analyst kind of a mode. Having AI working with us doesn't mean that I let go of the validation. Just like I can make a mistake, AI makes a mistake. So validations are very important. And second thing is here, for the demo purposes, I had given them a huge task. This is asking them to do quite a lot, though I gave a short listing, but I am asking it to do quite a big chunk. Typically, when working as a co-analyst or even as an AI coder, as a co-pilot, I've seen you get the best result in giving little smaller chunks. After some time, you will get a feel about what chunk size is optimal. Too small a chunk, it takes a lot of time. Too big a chunk, then you get errors. Now let's look at how you can use this. So first of all, this is an open source one. So you can try it out on this site itself, or there is a help and build guide. All the repos along with the build guide, step-by-step build guide have been shared. So you can deploy it at your own end, or you can just try it out here. And you have got various options. If you have a database, you can just connect to your database. You have to give your name, host name in whatever format, URI format or whichever format, just dump it here and you send it to the AI agent. It will parse the credentials. It will pass the credentials and the analyst will be connected. All these two folks will be connected there. Or if you want to upload a file, you can upload a file here very quickly, whichever it can, CSV file or a comma separated or a pipe delimited file, doesn't make a difference. Here you can do it and you say push to DB it will ask you if you have your own database, you can connect to your own database. If you don't have your own database, and you can just say temporary database, it will create a temporary database for you on the fly. No login credentials required, on the fly, and you can start working, querying it here. But the easiest and the simplest option, if you just want to try it out, without credentials, without file, is a sample option here. So that same file, that RBI cards file which I mentioned, I have kept that file here as a sample uploaded. So you can simply click here, and I have kept the prompt also, you can modify it. So you simply click the file here, you say select, and you can say temporary database, and you say and let it go. So now it is creating a temporary database on Neon. It will send the database credentials to the agent. Agent will connect to the database, check if the connection is working. After that, it will analyze the schema. So the schema is also sent to the agent, inserted, and you say close, and then you come here. This schema is sent to both the general analyst and advanced analyst, but we'll stick to advanced analyst. Advanced analyst already has a general analyst agent attached to it. And in my detailed video, I've gone into all the structure and the format of the agent, so you can check it out there. So then you get a message that you are now connected to the database here. These are the tables, and this is I have studied the schema and so on. At this point in time, you can just go to the sample. You can click here, and you can get this prompt. So this is a ready prompt, the same prompt that I have used for the demo that I showed you, and you can paste it here. So I am exactly same thing. I am saying that this data comes from so and so. Objective is rank it like this. Requirements is this. Small set of prompt, and you can modify it. If something else you want to do, you can modify it. So here by default, I think Gemini was chosen. You can choose whichever one you want. If you want to go with if you are here, if you want to go with Sonnet, just say Sonnet. And what if you have done some data mart and done a lot of work, and you want to download the file? So you just come here, and wherever here you just say export, and it will show you the files which have been created where you have worked, metrics, ranking file. You download it, use it in Excel, or wherever you would like to use it.